I mean, I agree with mostly everything that's been said. I mean, we know that, only about 31% of Americans trust our healthcare system. We have a terrible healthcare system.
I mean, Pat, you're married. Tom, you're married. If your husband's doing something, if he's allegedly doing something like this, you guys would know if your wives were up to some nefarious stuff. Let's just not forget who she is.
And, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband,
She's been, for years, lecturing America about morality, inequality, systemic failures.
Operates on someone even though they don't have insurance, and then has to sue health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life to do. So there are a lot of problems with it. But the notion that we are in a violent country, this country was built on violence.
Welcome back to Pop Flash, your ultimate destination for Hollywood drama, jaw-dropping scandals, and the kind of juicy gossip that keeps you on the edge of your seat. Today, we're diving into a wild tale of hypocrisy, shady dealings, and some serious courtroom drama involving none other than The View co-host Sunny Hostin and her husband, Dr. Emmanuel Manny Hostin. Buckle up, because this story is about to take some shocking twists. Now, you all know Joe Rogan, comedian, UFC commentator, and the king of podcasting. But this time he's stepping into the ring with The View and throwing some serious punches. Rogan recently went on a rant, taking aim at Sunny Hostin for her comments on the show, calling them nonsensical and poorly thought out. Ouch. But that's not where the fun ends. Rogan didn't stop at just mocking her words. He also pointed out a glaring contradiction in her actions. You see, Sunny Hostin spends a lot of her time lecturing the public on morality, inequality, and systemic failures, often putting herself on a pedestal as a beacon of righteousness. But according to Rogan, she may be turning a blind eye to some very questionable actions happening under her own roof.
Operates on someone even though they don't have insurance, and then has to sue health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life to do. So there are a lot of problems with it. But the notion that we are in a violent country, this country was built on violence.
That's right. Sunny Hostin's husband, Dr. Emmanuel Manny Hostin, an orthopedic surgeon, is at the center of a massive scandal involving insurance fraud and a sprawling RICO lawsuit. For those of you who aren't familiar with the term, a RICO lawsuit is a legal action under the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, which was initially created to take down organized crime. But here's the kicker. This case isn't about mobsters or gangsters. No, it's doctors and medical practices who are accused of running a massive fraud scheme that could shake the healthcare industry to its core. The lawsuit involves a shocking 180 defendants, including doctors and entire medical practices, accused of fraudulently billing insurance companies for unnecessary surgeries. The allegations claim that these doctors, including Dr. Hostin, were receiving kickbacks for performing surgeries that were either completely unnecessary or never even happened. Imagine being a patient, trusting your doctor to do what's best for your health, only to find out that you were just part of a financial scheme. That's the betrayal that these patients might be facing, and it's causing a major stir in the medical community. Now, Dr. Hostin's involvement in this lawsuit is nothing short of alarming. The lawsuit claims that he was one of the key players in this massive fraud operation, allegedly performing surgeries on patients who didn't need them, all in exchange for financial incentives. Specifically, the lawsuit calls out Dr. Hostin for recommending or performing arthroscopic surgeries, minimally invasive joint procedures, on patients who didn't really need them. These surgeries, on the surface, might seem like routine procedures, but according to the lawsuit, many of them were nothing more than a way to line the pockets of the doctors involved. The fraud scheme allegedly worked like this. Doctors would recommend or perform these unnecessary surgeries, often on minor injuries or conditions, and in exchange, they'd receive kickbacks from the insurance companies or other parties involved. These kickbacks could come in the form of cash, bonuses, or other financial incentives, making it a profitable racket for those involved. It's a scandal that could shake the healthcare system to its core, revealing the darker side of the medical industry. But hold on a second. This isn't just about Dr. Hostin. The lawsuit also involves a major insurance company, American Transit Insurance Company, which is claiming that it was duped out of millions of dollars by this fraudulent scheme. Attic alleges that it was billed for surgeries that either didn't happen or weren't necessary in the first place. It's like paying for a 5-star steak and getting tofu instead. Attic is now trying to recoup those losses, and they're pointing the finger at Dr. Hostin and the other defendants in the case. Now, let's take a step back here. It's important to remember that while these are serious allegations, Dr. Hostin hasn't been found guilty of anything yet. His defense lawyer, Daniel Thwaites, has called the lawsuit meritless and accused ATIC of trying to shift the blame in order to cover up its own financial problems. According to Thwaites, the insurance company is on the brink of bankruptcy and is using this lawsuit as a last-ditch effort to avoid taking responsibility for its own mess. It's a classic courtroom tactic. When you're under attack, you turn the tables on your accuser. Now, let's be real for a second. The healthcare system in America has been under fire for years, and trust in it is at an all-time low. Only about 31% of Americans trust the healthcare system, according to surveys, and for good reason. Insurance companies and healthcare providers have been accused of everything from denying claims to underpaying doctors to finding every possible loophole to avoid paying for services. So, when allegations like these come to light, it raises some serious questions about how much we can really trust the system. But at the heart of this whole drama is a bigger issue. How much trust do we really have in our healthcare providers when it seems like money is always the driving force behind their decisions? It's a tough pill to swallow, but it's one that we all have to consider when we're making decisions about our health. If doctors are more concerned about lining their pockets than actually helping patients, then what does that say about the system as a whole? In the end, this case is far from over, and it promises to be a spectacle. Both sides are gearing up for a long, drawn-out legal battle, and we can only sit back and watch as it unfolds. Whether Dr. Hostin is guilty or innocent, one thing is clear. This case is shining a harsh light on the uncomfortable truths about the healthcare and insurance industries. If you think this scandal is dramatic now, just wait. There are still plenty of twists and turns left to come. So if you want to stay up to date with all the latest twists in this ongoing drama, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Pop Flash, and turn on notifications so you never miss a beat. This is one scandal you won't want to miss, and we'll be here every step of the way, breaking down the drama as it unfolds. Stay tuned, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.